Hey, it's Fort Worth Playboy.
And my Playboys Bunny.
Welcome to our podcast where we discuss pickup, game, relationships, and
Sex.
And today we're going to talk about, I can't believe we're like 170 podcasts in.
And we're just now covering this.
How? This is a fundamental thing that men
really
deal
is.
with. Flaky girls, why they do it, and how to handle it.
It's so common. Maybe that's the problem. Is it such a common issue? You just assume because everyone fucking has to deal with it, everyone fucking knows how to deal with it. But it's not.
And what prompted me was, well, one, I'm working on basic training 2, and there was a discussion between a couple players about flaking, and sometimes if you're just reading Twitter, or you read game books, it's not covered much.
Really?
I mean, not many people, guys reach out to me and they reach out to the other guys, but most people that have been doing this for some time don't mention it because it's like you automatically go right past it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's so common, you just take it for granted. You know what I mean?
And yet, like you said, in consults, in the DMs, it's like one of the number one topics.
Very common. Because guys, especially if they're kind of like starting out,
Yeah.
or they're coming back,
Yeah.
they're like, what is going on? And here's the deal. All women are flaky
Yeah.
in some manner. The younger you go, the flakier they'll be because they have more options. As girls get older, you think it would be because they have kids or because they, are more responsible. It has nothing to do with that. They just have generally fewer options. They're not juggling because you'll still deal with it with some of these older women.
Sure.
They're still flaky as a 18-year-old.
They're terrible.
So but there's more blowback when you're older.
Yeah.
They won't have girlfriends.
No.
Because girlfriends hate flaky girls.
That's
when they're
true.
older. But generally, the younger you go, the more you can rely that this is going to happen to you. And without kids, anything that causes a girl to have to be responsible in her life will decrease the likelihood of flakiness. You get a college girl with no job and no kids and no serious boyfriend, and there's a 10% chance she'll show up where she's supposed to be.
That's the truth.
So it changes over time.
Man.
An example is 30 minutes before you are going to go out on a first date, a girl texts you, hey, something came up, I can't go. That's flakiness, is the short
Yeah.
cancellation. And that's where guys usually deal with it,
I'm impressed that she thought to even text. I mean, some of
It's
these
pretty
girls
rare.
are so
Yeah.
flaky, they don't even get to that point of responsibility.
So they're either canceling dates, not showing up, making it difficult to schedule.
Yeah.
That's really so basically you have 2 options. And there's 2 temporary options and there's a third solution that everybody eventually gets to.
Yeah.
So number 1, she's a lost cause. So anything you do from this point on, if you ever get her back in, it's a win. So you don't invest yourself into it at all.
Good point.
There's nothing wrong with still rolling forward. You know what I mean?
Because it might be fun when you actually get in front of her, but don't put any weight on it.
Respond the next day. Slow responses, 24 hours,
Yeah.
2 days. It doesn't matter.
No.
When it works for you, when it's convenient to respond.
Yeah. Don't trip over your own dick just to please this
No,
girl who's
no.
already proven herself flaky.
And the second method is assuming the sale. You just simply act. It's almost like when you are in sales and they're like running late for the appointment and they're distracted the entire appointment, but you assume the sale.
Yeah.
Like, this person really wants to be here. Which option do you want, A or B?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So you assume the sale and you treat her just as if she wants to be there, and then it's up to her to option out. Oh, hey, I get it. Something came up. How about tomorrow? You never know. Because, again, you can take rule 1, which is you got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
She's already gone.
Yeah.
And she's also shown that she's low value.
Right.
You know, so these girls don't all of a sudden become more responsible or less flaky.
No.
It's not an overnight thing. But the permanent solution, the reason you don't hear players talk about it very often is they've got a lot of numbers. If you're always generating leads,
Yeah.
you want to have options. If she flakes out, maybe I'll call so-and-so. Maybe I'll call a fuck buddy over. You know, that's why these players forget about it. They literally expect it, and you will too. You'll get to the point where it's...
Exactly.
But here's a good question, because this is important. Because girls tend to come back, flaky girls, with guys who just get it. Why do girls flake? Like, deep down, you know, what do you think as a girl, when you're in your lifetime, you're on the more responsible side of girldom. You know, wouldn't you agree?
I think so.
And then how do girls see flaky girls?
Well, like you just said, girls don't want to be around flaky, because these girls are not just flaking on men. They're flaking on work. They're flaking on coworkers. They're flaking on friends. I mean, think of in my local social girl circle, we've got one girl who's a flake. She's young. She just graduated college. That doesn't mean she's responsible. And she will literally claim to be on her way to meet us for brunch, let's say, and just never show up, and no one will hear from her for 3 weeks. And then it's as if nothing ever happened.
It's truly insane.
It's the strangest thing.
And when Bunny describes this to me, we always look at each other and we go, imagine dating her.
And we adore this girl.
It truly is a nightmare.
She loves us.
It's truly a nightmare.
She's just, who knows where she is when she says she's on her way? Who knows? She may be in Colorado for all we know.
And this has been going on for years. Years.
So we just never count on her actually showing up. And then if she does, lovely. We have a wonderful time.
That is awesome. That's exactly how it's explained.
But, you know, you're right. Like, between me getting married relatively early and having children pretty immediately, you know, within 2 years of marriage, and being an only child, and my parents not really,
letting you out of their sight.
Yeah, like I don't recall a terribly flaky period of my life. That doesn't mean that I haven't been flaky. But I think the main thing, and we've done a podcast on this pretty early. I'd have to look the number up. But the bottom line is, girls do not take responsibility for their actions. They cannot be held accountable for anything, which is exactly what we're talking about.
Exactly.
So they're flaky because even if you call them out on it, it doesn't do any damn good.
Don't do that.
You know, yeah, we've done a podcast on that one too. But it doesn't affect them. Mm-mm. Even if you call them out on it,
it just makes them think you're an ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just makes them want to get away from you.
Exactly.
Because you make them feel icky.
He makes me feel bad. They don't want to feel bad. They want to feel good.
Yeah.
They want to do what they want and feel good about it. You know, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And it's good that, like you said, like, your girlfriend has still been your girlfriend for years.
Yeah.
And the way of turning this around is, when they do come back in, you never mention the flaky behavior, because women want to be around a guy who just gets it.
Yeah.
He just knows, you know, I'm a flaky dumb bitch.
Yeah.
You know, I think the breaker is kids, is babies. Unless a girl's like really mentally damaged, babies almost force girls to be accountable.
Yeah.
To someone.
They may still be flaky in other areas of life.
Yeah.
But at least they're responsible for that baby.
Yeah.
I agree.
And they're still out there. But I think it knocks out like 80% of them.
Yeah.
You know, just being forced into that position. And, you know, babies are full of drama and unpredictability. They're everything a girl wants.
Yeah.
You know, which is why they're designed.
So if you're in this situation in the dating market.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how much flakiness you necessarily dealt with when you were like really playing the field
as much
and
as
running.
everybody else.
Okay,
Which is
so-
why it kind of dawned on me. Go ahead.
Okay, so would you double book if you knew you had theoretically a scheduled date with a girl who's generally a flake?
Yes.
A flaky McFlakester.
It did get to that point.
Would you just double
Yeah.
book?
I'd put her earlier. And then if she were to show up, you can always tweak the second date time or
Yeah.
cancel, yeah, that's pretty much what you have to do.
Yeah.
Again, just like these players said, after a while you don't even think about it. When they flake out, you just like, oh yeah, of course you would.
Of course.
You don't even think about it.
But you've still gone to the effort of being ready for the night,
Yes,
and going
yes.
through your routine,
Exactly.
and kind of pre-gaming in your way.
Exactly.
So you don't want it to be a lost night,
Yeah.
because that just still wastes your time. Even if you don't leave the house until she claims to be there, it's still a waste of your
Prep time. Yeah.
Well,
Well,
so you want to have it be for something.
exactly. And you're not going to move forward. I mean, even if, like you said, you're doing everything to get ready to go out, and then you don't go out, you don't get to practice going out.
Yeah.
So
So if you have a second date already on the books for that evening, that's a win-win.
yeah. And there's a couple, there's things like that, but mostly it's just like rolling with the punches.
Yeah.
And just knowing it's going to happen, not taking it personally, not bringing it up. And then you can always put them on God, we got to find a better word for this, like where you just like ping a girl that's
Yeah.
kinda like ghosted.
I think that's the
Every couple-
perfect way to put it.
And one thing that I pulled from Chateau was you just go, "What's up, Flaky McFlakester?
Yeah.
Flaky McFlakester."
Well, it becomes her nickname.
It does.
Something teasing her about being so fucking
Seriously,
flaky.
I never didn't get a response.
No.
It's really ridiculous. If you tease them or send like a stupid, I never say send emojis, but send like a stupid picture, you'll probably get a response back.
Yeah.
Because they know, on a certain level, they're fucking people over left and right.
Right.
But you're a guy that just gets it. So, Flaky
Well,
McFlakester.
And if you come at it from a funny angle instead of an angry angle, that sets
There's
you
only
apart.
one way. Yeah. Yeah, she may never have seen that before.
It's true.
Yeah, because I think the younger guys, and especially guys that are her peers, get really pissed off.
Yeah.
That's ugly. So that's, do you have anything to add?
No.
Did we miss anything? Flaky girls, you're going to deal with it. Just know everyone deals with it. It has nothing to do with your game. It has nothing to do with anything you say or do.
Yeah.
It's just going to happen. And
If you like this podcast, please like, subscribe, share with your friends. If you have dealt with this in your own dating life, or if your wife is fucking flaky, if your daughter is fucking flaky, if your mom was one of these girls, if your sister is like notorious for never being where she says she's going to be, we want to hear your stories. What's the best way to deal with it and how you've overcome it. We want you to win. Bye.